शशिवर्णं चतुर्भुजं प्रसन्नवदनं ध्यायेत् सर्वविघ्नोपशान्तये। रामाय रामभद्राय रामचन्द्राय वेधसे रघुनाथाय नाथाय सीतायाः पतये नमः। श्रीराघवं दशरथात्मजमप्रमेयं सीतापतिं रघुकुलान्वयरत्नदीपम् आजानुबाहुमरविन्ददलायताक्षं रामं निशाचरविनाशकरं नमामि। व्यासो नैदमचर्चया मृदुगिरा वल्मीकजन्मामुनिः। वैराग्ये शुक एव भक्तिविषये प्रह्लाद एव स्वयं। ब्रह्मा नारद एव चाप्रतिमयो साहित्यसङ्गीतयोः। यो रामामृतपाननिर्जितशिवस्तं त्यागराजं भजे। So, as part of having little satsanga on Tyagaraja's Kritis, we are now perhaps the fourth session that we are having. It is going on. I mean, we've started and Rama is taking forward as he wishes. We have selected one small song, relatively small song, because all the songs that we have been seeing so far, we've seen two from this Divyanama Sankirtanam format songs. And Vandanamu Raghunandana is also, you can consider it as a Divyanama Sankirtana, but technically it is part of Prahlada Bhaktijayam. I don't know if I said it that day. Tyagaraja wrote two ballets actually, so musical plays, they say, ballets. One of which is Prahlada Bhakti Vijayam. Prahlada Bhakti Vijayam is a story on Prahlada, but interestingly there Prahlada is Rama Bhakta. I mean, Tyagaraja wanted some excuse to sing Rama's glories, and then some Bhakta has to sing, so he keeps Prahlada as the person there. So that is Prahlada Bhakti Vijayam. Strictly speaking, it is Tyagaraja Bhakti Vijayam actually. But out of humility, he considers Prahlada. I mean, he doesn't take his name, so maybe he must be imagining himself as Prahlada, in that mood. The second ballet that you must be knowing all this, but then just for information, I am telling you. The second ballet that he wrote, and I haven't read these ballets, so I just whatever I heard from others, I am telling you. So the second ballet that he wrote is called Nauka Charitam. Nauka Charitram. So Nauka Charitam. So that is about Krishna. Interestingly, so you see, perhaps he must have thought that some Shringara Kirtana should have been written, some flavor of Shringara. With Rama, you cannot do that. You cannot play these kind of things with Rama because he is very, strict and all that. Once Shringara comes in, you have to bring in some other elements, etc. So it's not, maybe not such a viable thing with Rama being what he is. So therefore, he had to bring in Krishna and all that. So Gopikas and Krishna go in a boat, and such varnanas are there in that. So Prahlada, this Vandanamu Raghunandana belongs to that Prahlada Bhakti Vijayam ballet. Now Shringara is not a bad thing in the Bhakti literature that is there. Okay, so don't consider Tyagaraja as those poets who wanted to write something erotic or something like that to please the kings. No, definitely not. But that is one style. I mean, one mode of Bhakti also that is there. So very aptly he has considered Krishna more relevant to that kind of literature. Be that as it may, today is a general kriti that we have considered. So Ma Kelara Vicharamu. It's a shorter kriti. I mean, it's a standard Tyagaraja kriti format. That is one Pallavi, Anupallavi, and one Charanam. So we will see that song first, and then we'll discuss a little. Before I forget, so this song seems to be inspired from so Shri Ramadasa's Bhadrachal Ramadasa's song. So as I said, Tyagaraja is aware of Bhadrachal Ramadasa's story. He has referred to him in his kritis. Even in Prahlada Bhakti Vijayam, I think in the beginning he mentions. So I wrote down, I lay my prostrations to all great bhaktas. In that list, he puts Ramadas also. I remember reading something like that. So it seems to be inspired from a kriti of Kirtana of Ramadasa, Bhadrachala Ramadasa. So Ramuni Varamu, Ma Kela Vicharamu, something like that. So I have that song. I will read one or two lines from it later. For now, let us first listen to this song. Where is this on share screen? There will be a little swarams in the end for 1.5 or 2 minutes. That also we will listen to. Otherwise, it might look abruptly ending.
Vicharamu
Yeah, so that was the song Ma Kelara Vicharamu. I think I shared the lyrics also. Uh, Ma Kelara Vicharamu. So Maaku means Engalukku. So literally that line means Engalukku Ennada Kavala. So Ma Kelara Engalukku Edukkuda Kavala. Ma Kelara Vicharamu. Maaku Ela means why. Ra means da. So Ma Kelara Vicharamu. Vichara here is Kavala, you know, that anxiety, whatever, worry. Why should we worry at all? So why do we need to worry? So that is Tyagaraja asking. That is we are your bhaktas, so we don't have to worry anything in this world because you are taking care of us. That is ultimately what he's trying to say. Like I said, this seems to be inspired from another Kirtana of Ramadasa, Bhadrachala Ramadasa. I'm just reading out one or two lines. So Ramuni Varamu, Ma Kemi Vicharamu. So we belong to Rama. Ramuni Varamu means so we belong to Rama. Ma Kemi Vicharamu. What worry do we have? And then he's telling Swami Nide Bharamu. So it is your Bharam is literally your your weight. So it is your responsibility. Dasharadhi Nivadharamu. So you are our Adhara, etc. So here also he describes Rama, you are very beautiful and all that. Some similar ideas Tyagaraja also says Maruganna Shri Ramachandra, etc. I will come to that. Then goes on like this. So Itarula, he uses a very nice word here, Bhadrachala Ramadasa. So first time I am hearing that, seeing that word. So Siteshuni Avataramu. So Sitesha he calls Rama. That word first time I am listening. So I was aware of this song, but the words I am seeing only today. So Siteshuni Avataramu. Sitesha he's calling Rama, so that Samasa first time I am hearing. So this seems to be inspired from that song. Nothing wrong in taking inspiration, basically because all of them are great bhaktas anyway. So he's telling, Tyagaraja Swami is telling, Ma Kelara Vicharamu. So why should we have any worry at all? Maruganna Shri Ramachandra. So Mara is Mara, that Manmatha. So Maruni Ganna. So Marudu means this Manmatha. So what is his name? So Kamadeva, etc. Cupid, Manmatha. So Maruni Ganna is Maruganna. So he who has given birth to that Kamadeva, that is how beautiful Rama should be. If Kamadeva, Manmatha himself is supposed to be very beautiful, in Bhagavatam there is a shloka also, Sakshan Manmatha Manmatha. So he is somebody who is, so Manmatha there, okay, he is very attractive even to Manmatha, perhaps, maybe that's the meaning, because Manmatha itself means he who kind of disturbs your heart. If you are Manmatha Bana Vidha, you are suppose you are struck by the arrow of Manmatha, then your mind is kind of, I mean, agitated in a nice way. Nice means, of course, in the ultimately whatever should maybe in this in the sense that these things are considered as a taboo in the spiritual whatever path, etc. Maybe it need not be that way, but in a nice way, as in it's not like a poisonous arrow striking you. It's a arrow of love, so you can understand. Suppose you are Manmatha Bana Vidha, that is, if you are pierced by the arrow of Manmatha, then your mind is kind of agitated, that is what Manmatha means. So he is Manmatha. There it means that he is more attractive than even Manmatha himself, Krishna. And then, so Maruganna Sri Ramachandra. So how beautiful Rama should be if he is the father of Manmatha himself. This father of Manmatha, where is it coming from? So they say Krishna's son. So do you know the names of Krishna's sons? So some GK I'm telling you. So Krishna had 10 wives, sorry, 8 wives. So like that they say in the story 8 wives. But I told this earlier also in the Ramayana Satsanga. So there is Bhinna Prakriti Ashtadha. Ashtadha Prakriti. Krishna himself says, so my Prakriti is eightfold. That Bhinna Ashtadha Prakriti is what in story is depicted as 8 wives. So you should not, and then the story is now taken to very absurd lengths also, that each of them are serving him without their service. He doesn't even do anything. Everything they will only come and feed in his mouth, etc. One will be fanning, one will be serving his, so one will be pressing his legs. So you should not take it to that height. Be that as it may. So through Rukmini, Krishna has a son. In fact, some say, so through each wife he has 10 sons or something like that. So through Rukmini he has a son called Pradyumna. So that Pradyumna is considered to be Manmatha's avatara. So Shiva, he made Manmatha as somebody who doesn't have a body. So that body of Manmatha is burnt, but Manmatha remains. Like that they say in the story. So these people, okay, Shiva burnt him. Now we will create a story where Vishnu will save him back. So Shiva, Vishnu, that kind of, they put one against the other and then say, okay, Shiva burnt him, our Bhagwan will save him. Something like that they would have thought. They said that Manmatha is born as Krishna's son, as Pradyumna. To Rukmini and Krishna he is born. He is Pradyumna, and Pradyumna's son is Aniruddha, etc. See this Pradyumna, Aniruddha, Krishna's Vasudeva, and then Balarama is called Sankarshana also. So this Vasudeva, Sankarshana, Pradyumna, Aniruddha, these are called the Chaturvyuha. So the four Vyuhas in the Pancharatra school. So Vasudeva is considered as Brahma, Parabrahma. According to them, so Brahma is Vasudeva, nothing more than that. So this Nirguna Parabrahma, etc., they don't accept. Brahma means Vasudeva. From Vasudeva, Sankarshana is born. Sankarshana is Sarva Jiva Bhimani. From Sankarshana, Pradyumna is born. He is Sarva Manobhimani. From Pradyumna, Aniruddha is born. Aniruddha is Sarva Ahankara Bhimani, something like that. So this Pancharatra school is there. It is kind of refuted also by Shankaracharya in the Bhashyam, Brahmasutra Bhashyam, I think. And then in other places also. So na Shaivam, na Shaktam, na Tat Pancharatram, etc. in the Shashloki. So that Pancharatra school is what they put there. I mean, in the story form, Vasudeva, Sankarshana, Pradyumna, Aniruddha. In a story form they put. So these Puranic stories are not all of them are literally true. You should take them with a pinch of salt. Be that as it may. Maruganna Sri Ramachandra. So he's kind of equating Rama and Krishna. Everybody is the same. So in the Krishna Avatara, Rama gave birth to Manmatha, and he was born as Pradyumna. Manmatha was born as Pradyumna. Maybe he's referring to that Maruni Ganna Sri Ramachandra. So he said Maruganna, that means that Maruni Ganna Sri Ramachandra, hey Ramachandra. In saying Ramachandra itself, there is a beauty, So Rama, who's very beautiful to see, very pleasing to see, like the moon is always pleasing to see, like that Rama, you are also pleasing to see. Now, what is the next line? Saketa Rajakumara. So Saketa is Ayodhya, is called Saket. So Saketa Dhama also, that like Krishna has a Goloka Dhama, Rama has a Saketa Dhama. Like Vishnu has Vaikuntha, Shiva has Kailasam, so Lalita Devi has Manidvipam. Everything the Puranas, they have some Dvipam, some stories like that, some Dhama for all of them. That Saketa Dhama you can say, but Saketa Rajakumara he's telling. So Saketa here is this Bhuloka Saketa, which is Ayodhya. Saketa Rajakumara. So a son of the king of Saketa. So a prince of Saketa, you can say. Ayodhya, prince of Ayodhya. So Saketa Rajakumara, Sadbhakta Mandara Shrikara. Sadbhakta Mandara. Mandara is, so the Kalpavriksham is also called as Mandara. Sometimes that Mandara Vriksham. Mandara is actually hibiscus also in Telugu language. So Sadbhakta Mandara is you are like the Kalpavriksha for bhaktas. That is one meaning. And then Mandara word also has, interestingly, this Madi Dhatu. Madi Dhatu has 5-6 meanings actually. So Stuti is also one of the meanings. Stuti, Swapna, Prakasha. So like that there are some meanings for that. So Mada. So Madi Dhatu. So that Madi becomes Manda, and then Aran or some pratyaya like that. So it becomes Mandara. So that is Bhaktaihi Stutyaha Stuyate iti Mandaraha. So Bhakta Mandaraha, Sadbhakta Mandaraha. So great bhaktas praise him. That is Sadbhakta Mandara. Or you can say you are the Kalpavriksha for all great bhaktas, etc. Sadbhakta Mandara Shrikara. Shrikara means one who gives. So one who gives you wealth. So he is the lord of wealth, So if he wants, he can give you wealth. Sadbhakta Mandara Shrikara. Ma Kelara Vicharamu. What is there for us to worry at all? Now he is giving the reason why there is no need for us to worry. He is giving the reason. Jatagurchi Nataka Sutramunu Jagamella Mechaga Karamuna Nidi Gati Tappaka Nadinchevu Sumi. So that is the reason he is telling why there is no need for us to worry. That is, we have taken surrender under you, and I know, Rama, what you are. So this is perhaps inspired from Gita itself, where Krishna is telling Ishvara Sarva Bhutanam Hriddeshe Arjuna Tishtati Brahmayan Sarva Bhutani Yantrarudhani Mayaya. So Ishvara sits in the hearts of, I'm just giving a rough translation. Ishvara sits in the hearts of all men. And then Brahmayan, what is he doing there? So Yantrarudhani Mayaya Brahmayan. So that is so he is kind of turning the yantra called this Jagat. So he's sitting inside the earth, inside the heart, and he's turning the yantra or the machine called Jagat. So Shankara gives the example there in the Bhashyam of so Darumaya Purusha. So today what we call as robos, at least in cartoons what you could see as robos. So something like that, a Darumaya Purusha, a Purushakriti, a form of a man made out of wood, and then somebody turns it as though something like that. So we are that Daruma, something I'm telling you from my memory in the Gita Bhashyam. So we are those, just we are nothing but those mere bodies made of wood, and Ishvara is the one who's running it, and he's sitting inside and running it. So yantra rudhani mayaya, something like that. And the popular expression also, Ishvara is Jagannataka Sutradhari, etc. I will come to that when we are reading that. And what's the immediate next shloka after that in Gita? Tameva sharanangacha sarva bhavena bharata tat prasadat param shantim sthanam cha samadhigacchati, something like that. So tameva sharanangacha sarva bhavena bharata, he bharata, he Arjuna, tameva sharanangacha, you take refuge in him, in that Ishvara who's sitting inside your heart and running this show. He's running the show called Jagat. In fact, Nyayo Neta Samiranaha, in Vishnu Sahasranama it comes there also. Neta Sarva Jagat Yantra Nirvahakaha, Shankara says, or whoever is the author of Vishnu Sahasranama Bhashyam. So Nyayo Neta Samiranaha, Neta there he says Sarva Jagat Yantra Nirvahakaha. I think that's what he says. That is, he's the one who runs this Jagat Yantra, this machine called the Jagat. Ishvara is the one who runs it. And then how does he run it? Samiranaha, immediately. You see, Vishnu Sahasranama has this beauty. It is also a text of Vedanta, largely, like even any Upanishad is. So, Tattvam Tattvavid Ekatma. So, he is the Tattvam, he is the Tattvavit also. How can it be? How can Tattvam and Tattvavit be the same? So, because Ekatma, because everything is there is only one. Something like that. Vishnu Sahasranama sometimes explains itself also. Here also, Neta, he is the Sarva Jagat Yantra Nirvahakaha. There he uses the word Yantra. That's what I'm trying to say. So he runs this machine called Jagat. And how does he do that? Samiranaha. Samiranaha is that Vayu Rupena, he sits inside, and so Shvasana Rupena, something like that he says. So Shvasara Rupena Nirvahayati, something. So he runs this Jagat by sitting inside and kind of regulating the breath or controlling the breath of people. So this spirit is there in Gita and Upanishads, in Vishnu Sahasranama, etc. And then in popular parlance also they say Ishvara is the Jagannataka Sutradhari. Sutradhari is in Sutradhara, and plays also that what is his name in English? There is some name, technical name for that in place. He is the one who kind of comes and in the interlude he first describes, he comes and introduces the play, then in between he comes in the interlude, he says something. There is some name for that, I forgot. So that's the so the whole, not the host, something like that, there is a name, I will tell you. So do you know what it means? So that person who speaks in the first.
Yeah, I also don't recollect.
I can't hear you, but okay.
I'm not able to recollect.
Okay. So so anyway, Sutradhara is that person who introduces the play, and then so like Kalidasa writes Nandyante Sutradharaha. So in the end of, so Nandi will be there, and before every play starts they will do some small puja, etc. And that puja in the play will be written in the form of a shloka. That is, that Mangala Charanam will be written. That is the indicator of Nandi puja there. And then Nandyante Sutradharaha, Kalidasa will write. So at the end of this Nandi, Sutradhara comes on the stage and he says something today. So he will have some sidekick. He will tell them, hey, today what is being played? This play is being played, etc. He will say. And then he will speak something. Then the play will start. And then in between also sometimes he might come. So that is one thing. But Sutradhara, Jagannataka Sutradhara there, literally it means the puppeteer there. Puppeteer. So if you've seen some videos of today, there are no puppet shows. I haven't seen a live puppet show ever in life. I have only seen videos of puppet shows. Live puppet show, I don't remember at least of seeing. So I have some vague memories of something in childhood in school or somewhere being played. But anyway, the live puppet show we didn't see, but in videos, if you see, you can see those puppets will be there, and these people will be holding. The player will be holding 2 3 sticks, and those sticks will be attached to the limbs, etc. You know, that sutra is the thread being attached to the limbs of the puppet, and somebody is holding on and then controlling. That is Sutradhara. So Jagannataka Sutradhara. He is the puppeteer of this Nataka. So there is a puppet show. This Jagat is a puppet show, and he is the puppeteer. That is the meaning of Jagannataka Sutradhara. That is exactly what Tyagaraja Swami is telling here. Jatagurchi Nataka Sutramunu. Nataka Sutra is that sutras, you know. As in I'm saying this, just another meaning struck me. I will tell you. Nataka Sutra is that the threads which is what controls the puppets. You know. So that is Nataka Sutramunu Jatagurchi. Jatagurchi is he is nicely arranging it. Jata literally means making a pair. You know, he is nicely arranging. So what is to be controlled with this hand, what is to be controlled with this hand. So he arranges accordingly, etc. Or Jatagurchi Nataka Sutra Munu. So here Sutra you can also take the like the sutra in the pearls, you know. So within the pearls there is a sutra which is connecting and making them. So sutre manigana iva. So like Krishna says, so he's the sutra. That is, so Nataka Sutra Munu Jatagurchi. He is nicely laying the plot of this Jagannataka. That is also one meaning it could be, just struck me. Nataka Sutra is that in whatever is inherent is Sutra. So what is inherent in everything that is going on? There is a plot that Ishvara has in mind, and we don't know. There is a plot that is there in his mind that he has nicely set. Jatagurchi Nataka Sutramunu Jagamella Mechaga Karamuna Nidi. So Jagamella Mechaga. Jagamu means world, Jagamella means, so like we say Ellam, you know, Jagamella means entire Jagat, Jagamella Mechaga. So he is running the show so nicely that entire Jagat is appreciating. Rama is doing such a great job. He's running the show nicely. So at least Bhaktas are saying it, whether all Jagat is saying. We complain. I mean, one of the reasons why I took up this kriti today is when obviously life always is not smooth. There are ups and downs in life. As a jnani, suppose somebody, so which perhaps at least I am not, but as a jnani, a person can look upon both as equal. So sukha dukhe samo kritva, something like that, labha labho jaya jayo. So that equanimity he can maintain. What a bhakta does is, so it's the same thing. Bhakta's language is a little different. Bhakta will say, okay, everything is sent by Ishvara. It is Ishvara's prasada, he will say. Ishvara is running the show, like that he will say. So that is his language. So he's appreciating, you know. So what I was trying to say, I should have said this as the introduction, but then maybe I forgot, which is that in life, when these things come, we have to understand two things. One is that it is common, it happens with everybody. Like Kalidasa very famously says, Kasye kantam sukham upanatam dukkham ekantatova Nichair Gachat Uparicha Dishaha Chakranemi Kramena. Very nice example he gives. So whoever enjoyed only Sukham in their life and who enjoyed only Dukkham in their life, Kasya Ekantam Sukham Upanatam. Dukkham Ekantatova. Ekantataha means alone. Dukkham alone did anybody enjoy? Sukham alone did anybody enjoy? No. Nichair Gachati Uparicha Punaha Uparicha Disha Chakranemi Kramena. Chakranemi is the spokes of the wheel, you know. So the spokes of the wheel, sometimes it is upwards and then sometimes it is downwards. So it goes up and then it comes down. Nichair Gachati Uparicha Punaha. So Nichair Gachati, it comes down, again it goes up. So in life there is Dukkham and then it goes up again. There is Sukham again. So maybe sometimes Dukkham is longer and Sukham is shorter. But then Sukha and Dukha kind of alternate. They are coming and going. That one we should remember. Second thing is we should remember, and it might be a cliche to say, but then there is a reason for everything which Bhagavan knows better than us. So that also we should always, if you have this kind of Shraddha, the least it does for you is it will kind of remove a little of your anxiety. At least that's the least it does for you. And the highest it can do for you is it will lead you into, so tat prasadat param shantim sthanam cha samadhi gacchati, you know, tat so tameva sharanam gaccha sarva bhavena bharata tat prasadat param shantim. So the least it will do for you is it will give you some shanti, that sharanagati unto Ishvara, that he is taking care, he knows better, he is the puppeteer, he knows the plot, he is running the show. that will give you shanti, and then sthanam cha samadhigachati. Sthanam, I think Shankara says there, mama Vishnoho padam, my padam. So my sthanam, that is Vishnu's sthanam, that is Brahmatva. You know that Brahma. So you, that you will become, I mean, you will realize that you are Brahman himself. That jnanam also, it will lead you, that kind of that bhavana, it will ultimately lead you into that sthanam also. So therefore, in when these things don't go our way in life, I mean, of course you are a wise man, you know these things, but because the kriti I have selected, I am telling you. So so this something that we can take shelter in. I mean, in this bhavana, that Rama is the puppeteer, he's running the show, he's running it very nicely, he knows what is going on. You know, there is, like somebody said, there is I might not be able to remember the exact words, I think you only shared it on Facebook or something. So there is only chaos in this world, and not something like that, and not randomness, something. So he knows everything. There might be so many complex plots, subplots, etc., like Kadambari. You know, Kadambari is a novel, Sanskrit novel, in which within, I think I mentioned this earlier also, so in one flashback there will be another flashback, another flashback, like that, 7 flashbacks it will go in one flashback, and another, then another, like that, flashback within flashback, it will go up to 6 or 7 flashbacks. By the time you unravel the plot, I mean, you will think, okay, enough is enough, like that. It's a nice novel, they say. I haven't read it. Sanskrit novel, Kadambari. So, but it's with Ishvara, it's not like that. You know, there is this place called Tarakeshwar in Kolkata. So I happened to go there once. Masterji took me. And then when I've seen, so not so unlike in southern India, northern India, etc., you can actually go into the Garbhagriha, touch the lingam and deity and all that, at least in most temples. So when we first went to Tarakeshwar, so I've seen all people are falling on the Shivalingam and doing some puja, etc. In Sri Sailam also it happens like that too. So in Tarakeshwar they were doing that. Then later I asked Masterji that does Ishvara, does Shiva not get confused? So many people are asking him. So I'm sure everybody who's going there is going with some kamana. He must be confused with what is happening. What is happening? Who's asking me what? What should I give whom? Somebody says I want this. What if Ishvara gives him something else? So somebody else Vanchitam he gives him, his Vanchitam he gives there. So he laughed, and then obviously in that laughter it meant that it doesn't happen like that with Ishvara. And then he kind of, he was telling people, see what is he saying, so he's worried about Ishvara, etc. I mean in that, in a nice way he said, see. So with Ishvara it's not like that. That is this Jagamella Mechaga Karamuna Nidi. That is what I'm trying to say. He is very well aware of the plot. He has, in fact, he has set the plot. Jatagurchi, he has done the plot setting, etc. Jatagurchi Nataka Sutramunu Jagamella Mechaga Karamunanidi. Karamuna means in the hand, Idi. Idi means, so having placed the Nataka Sutra in his hand. Gati tappaka adinchevu sumi. Very nice expression. Gati tappaka. Gati tappaka means, so you don't let the story unravel in a way that you did not expect. Gati is, you know, that Gati is karma Gati here, you can say. So everybody according to his karma Gati, he is running the show. That is the ultimate meaning. But then the literal, I mean, in the puppet show or in the story play, that kind of Nataka Sutra, if you say, is the plot, etc. So nothing goes out of Ishvara's scheme of things. That is that Gati Tappaka Adinchevu. Adinchevu means you are making these people play. You are making this Jagat play. So how Gati Tappaka, that Gati Tappamal, you know, that Gati, so nobody, like in Lalita Sahasranama it said Sarvan Ullanghya Shasana, it comes in the end. So Sarvan Ullanghya Shasana means Sarvaihi Ullanghaitum Ashakyam Shasanam Yasyaha, maybe. So Sarvan Ullanghya Shasana, if she has drawn a line, nobody can cross that. If she has said this is what is going to happen, nobody can transgress. So nobody can transgress, trespass Ishvara's order, transgress Ishvara's order. That is that Gati Tappaka Adinchevu. That is what has to give us solace also. So, hey Rama, if something is happening in my life, I know it is happening according to your plot. So, Ma Kelara Vicharamu, we have nothing to worry. Gati Tappaka Adinchevu Sumi. Sumi means, you know, I used to think Sumi means something. So, recently one day I asked, I think in this Kriti's context only, last year or sometime, I asked Swamiji, so what does Sumi mean? I suddenly remembered this word Sumi and I thought I will ask him. So Sumi actually is a Vikriti of Chudumi or something like that. Not Vikriti. Vikriti would be of Sanskrita Padam, I suppose. So Sumi means, so see, yes, hey, see, this is what you are doing, something like that. Or it can also mean indeed. Indeed, this is what you are doing. Gati tappaka adinchevu. You are playing it. You are making it to play without anybody crossing your plot. So you have a plot ready. You have nicely set. Everything is going according to your plan. So why should I worry? I have surrendered to you. I have nothing to worry. Nata Tyagaraja Girisha Vinuta. So he who is so Nata Tyagaraja again is one such kind of. Suppose he says Tyagaraja Vinuta. Suppose he says so, which is one of the things that he often says in his kritis. Tyagaraja Vinuta means somebody. So Rama worshipped by Tyagaraja. That is the meaning of Tyagaraja Vinuta. This is or Tyagaraja Nata, whatever. Here it is Nata Tyagaraja. Nata Tyagaraja means Rama has Tyagaraja who bows down to him. So he has a Tyagaraja who bows down to him. That is what it literally means. What in essence it means is Tyagaraja bows down to him. That is the meaning. Nata Tyagaraja Girisha Vinuta. Girisha is Shiva. Girisha, that is so Girishaha is so Girinam Patihi something. So Girishaha. So Girishaha is Shiva's word, Shiva's name. So he is the lord of all mountains, something like that. Girishaha is also there in Rudram. I think Girishaha comes. Girishaha means Girau Shete iti Girishaha. So he resides in mountains. That is also Shiva's name. So Girishaha is also there. Girisha Vinuta, maybe for the talam etc. you can take Girisha Vinuta. So see, I told you. So like Girisha Vinuta means so Rama who is worshipped by Girisha Shiva. That is direct way of saying. This Nata Tyagaraja means Rama has Tyagaraja who bows down to him. That also means Tyagaraja bows down to him. But the literal meaning means Rama has Tyagaraja who bows down to him. Ma Kelara Vicharamu. What do we have to worry? So that is what he's telling in this Kriti. Very nice Kriti, something that we can draw inspiration from. There are many versions of this Kriti if you search for it on YouTube. Just recently I came to know while I was searching for this that there is a movie version of this song Bombay Jayashree has sung. It's also nice, the audio quality and all that is nice. I didn't select that here for two reasons. One of the reasons is that in between some dialogues come in the song. So the song is very nicely sung, the audio quality is good, but some words of actors also come in between. So I thought, okay, that might be a disturbance. So this is about this song. I thought I will discuss quickly one song when it came to Saketa Rajakumara, but I forgot. Saketa Rajakumara is, he's telling you are the prince of Saketa Ayodhya, you know. So there is another Kriti of Tyagaraja, Karubaru Cheyuvaru Galare Nivale Saketa Nagarini. So maybe I will discuss it some other day. He describes Ramarajyam in that Kriti. How does Ramarajyam remain? So I should have opened that Kriti and kept. So I don't remember the Kriti completely. So Nelaku Mudu Vanalu Mudu Vanala Akhila Vidyala Nerpu Galigi. So it goes like that. So everybody is happy in your kingdom. So there are three rains in a month, and then people are very well educated and they are contented, etc. Nobody demands other people's wealth, etc. Such kind of that nice Kriti is there. I thought I will connect it there, but I forgot. So Uru Varalan Akhila Janula Munulu, etc. So everybody is happy. Everybody Uru Varalu, that is people in the villages, maybe Akhila Janulu, that is all citizens, maybe the Puravasis, you know, and then great Munis, everybody is happy in your kingdom. Karubaru, he says, okay, I am just mentioning it. Maybe some other day we will take up that Kriti. Karubaru comes from, in Hindi they say Karobar. That Karobar is this Karubaru, but Karobar, etc. comes from Karya Vyapara. That is what is Karobar, etc. I thought Karobar is a Urdu word or something, but somebody told me Karya Vyapara. That is Karya and Vyapara. That is, you know, the business of a person. That is the activities of a person. That is Karubaru. So is there anybody who does business like you? Business there means the Raja's business, which is to rule our kingdom. So is there anybody who can rule a kingdom like you, hey Rama? So people are like this in your kingdom, etc. He says. We will see that some other time. Saketa Rajakumara, Sadbhakta Mandara, Shrikara, Jatagurchi Nataka Sutramunu, Jagamella Mechaga Karamuna Nidi. So Karamunidi, some people are singing. That is not exactly, I mean, a nice, I mean, that's not exactly correct. Karamuna Nidi, it should be. Jagamella Mechaga Karamuna Nidi, Gati Tappaka, Adinchevu Sumi, Nata Tyagaraja, Girisha Vinuta. So Girisha Vinuta, some people are saying that Dirgham should not be there at the end of Takara. Girisha Vinuta, just Hraswa Akara is there now. So it's a very nice song. I thought I will discuss this. So we will end here for today. And if there is anything, of course, you can ask me. Um, Otherwise, we'll meet next week. So, Om यत्र यत्र रघुनाथकीर्तनं तत्र तत्र कृतमस्तकाञ्जलिं बाष्पवारि परिपूर्णलोचनं मारुतिं नमत राक्षसान्तकम् ॐ मङ्गलं कोसलेन्द्राय महनीय गुणात्मने चक्रवर्ती तनूजाय सार्वभौमाय मङ्गलम् ॐ शान्तिः 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 हरिः ॐ श्रीरामार्पणमस्तु।